right now that are listening. Her tape just popped out of frustration over a movie.
Mhm. It pops out when it's sleepy. It pops out when it's
Because they
frustrated.
can't breathe.
So you can't breathe, huh?
Just imagine like all titties have little mouths on them and everything.
Well,
That's
well,
someone's
Gary said
nightmare.
my titty was okay. So my titty popped out when I was sleeping. It popped out the side of my tank top, and Garrett said, "Bitch, you got a lazy eye fucking
I didn't say
titty."
that. I still your titty looked like it was
Yeah, you
sleeping.
did.
Yeah, I can't believe he called her a bitch and then called her eyes lazy. That's just fucked
No,
up.
he called my titty lazy.
Yeah, well, Speedy, thank you for the bits that you just gave us. I really appreciate it, man. We haven't even earned that shit yet, but hey, man, I will appreciate it no matter what.
Yeah, spread your puppy. He demands it.
But no, he's saying back from a shitty weekend. Oh, what happened with your weekend, man? Tell us in the chat. I'll try to respond to it as we continue on with the show and everything.
I
But
was about
yo,
to say, you had a shitty weekend, man. Most people have a shitty like week. You got fucked up on the weekend. Now have to go to work and shit. That sucks.
yeah, exactly. Marissa saying Cola's ice was so bad they forgot to film an ending. Speaking of endings, here's the thing: people, there's gonna be some fucking spoilers right now for a particular movie. What you guys think of Uncut Gems? Ganjo, I'll ask you first, man. Was it everything that you were hyped about?
I was never hyped for the film. Actually, I was the opposite. These are one of the films that I'm going to put in a category as a certain like film auteur in our group really try to shove down my throat. So I resisted, and I actually did not want to watch the film until you had recently watched it, and then Roxy was talking about wanting to check it out because it's Adam Sandler. So I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I'm gonna have to check it out at some point in time." And I like it. It was good. My expectations for it was very low, so it could be also based on the fact that I saw the film for what it was and not what someone hyped up to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
cause
I really enjoyed it.
yeah, cause here's the thing, man. With Adam Sandler being in it, I was pretty fucking hyped about it. I remember asking Roxy like 20 times, like, "Are you gonna watch it? You gonna watch it? You gonna watch it?" Because I was like really hyped about it. I asked everybody that. Everyone I talked to, I was like, "Yo, did you see that new trailer?" Because the trailer was so fucking good. But Roxy,
You think Jesus was coming back for him?
exactly, Roxy, what'd you feel about it?
I'm sweating. I have high blood pressure. I have high blood sugar. I feel the same amount of stress as I did back in my old job. I am fucking sweating. My titty just coming out of my tank top and shit. I was excited for this film when I saw the trailer because I like Adam Sandler. Fucking sue me for liking him or some shit. So I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, I want to see this. And then I wanted to see it when it was in theaters, but because I was constantly busy at work, I never saw it. So I'm like, okay, it flew to the back of my mind until you brought it up. And then I saw something that it was going to hop on to Netflix sometime soon. So as soon as we got a chance, we sat down and watched it. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of well, coming from my personal experience, like the narco culture where you can get away with so much until, depending on the person that you are, it does eventually catch up to you. Like just seeing the immense highs and the immense lows, just really like talking about the very fast lifestyle that is a gambler and loan shark and all that fun stuff. But when it came to the hype, I choose not to. I listen in for little tidbits on what people say in regards to hype, but I don't want to just watch a movie based solely off of hype because your emotions are running high and like a lot of people tend to oversell it for what it actually is.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about those that they kind of people like kind of fuck up the movie a little bit because of that, which I don't enjoy. I know like that was kind of done with Good Time, which is a movie that the Safdie brothers did before Uncut Gems.
Good times every time to make a payment.
Okay,
Good
by the way,
times.
too, I gotta bring this up. Marissa's talking about like Julia Fox. Man, here's the thing: she's beautiful. Like, I'm not gonna talk shit about her. Like how I mean, I remember Alan's giving people like sixes out of tens and shit when he's like a fucking two. But the thing is, though, is fucking Julia Fox. She's great, but man, people bring her up like she was super important to this thing. Like, I mean, she's cool and everything. I like what she did, but goddamn, man,
I
everyone's like
didn't.
overhyping this girl a little bit. A little bit, just a
Who
little
was
bit.
Julia
I
Fox?
didn't.
She was a girl that was a girlfriend of Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
Oh.
the mistress.
Okay, she was completely
Shit,
forgettable.
her fucking character drove me up a fucking wall. She was just doing too goddamn much
But you know what
when
though?
it
She
came
was
to
a
the
young
coddle and the
girl.
console, and I can't stand that
She
shit.
was a young girl that got over her head with some idiot old dude that was getting divorced with his wife, babe.
Hmm.
I felt a little bit bad for her, but at a certain point, she liked that shit.
I didn't. I know, and I recognize, and I can name a ton of bitches, more than I can name on all my fingers and toes, who were exactly like that bitch and ended up shot, dead, in many situations that they shouldn't have. So I can understand it to a certain extent, but I don't agree with that shit at all.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing for me. I like that towards the end because I was like, oh man, she's gonna fuck him over somehow because he keeps making bad decisions. No, towards the end, dude, she was still loyal, and it's like, dude, like, I mean, like they say, bitches not be loyal, blah blah blah, but like, no, she was cool. Like, at the end, she didn't want nothing bad to happen to him. You know what I mean? And like that weekend thing, honestly, like, okay, she was trying
I'm
to pull
so
some shit.
fucking sick of the weekend.
I know, right? You got to get good old sad boy over there trying to get some pussy. But I like the way they use Weekend too. I think the way that they used him in that movie was really, really good, and it actually fit the time of the movie. Because the movie apparently is not like real time, like today or whatever. It's like from 2007. That's what they're trying to like, supposed to take place or whatever. So it's kind of cool that like Weekend's just chilling in some club, just playing to a small crowd or whatever. Like I thought that was all right, right? I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the Weekend?
I didn't know why the Weekend was there. Early on in the film, and he comes in way early in the film. It feels like what they're trying to do is like give you an idea of what these guys' lifestyle are when they have to hang out with like celebrities and try to push their jewelry on them. And originally, that's what the girl was there for. She was actually there through the connect he had at the club in order to sell the Michael Jackson jewelry to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up doing coke with him and trying to suck his dick in the bathroom. But that was the original goal of her job, was to get there to sell the jewelry. So that's kind of what they all fucking do. Like, this is one thing me and Roxy actually had to pause the movie to talk about. It is no one's a good guy in this movie.
Yep.
I think the closest to a good guy is maybe Kevin Grant, who's the basketball player that's just buying a stone.
Kevin Garnett.
Garnett, yeah. He's probably the closest you get to like a neutral to good protagonist in the story. And even he is really just used as a set piece for all the craziness that's about to go down later in the film. One of the things that I described to Roxy what's going on here is a lot of the jewelry guys that you see in like near pawn shops or jewelry districts, or especially places like in California, New York, or Miami, where the people are known to have bling and shit. A lot of them are fucking corrupt. And I'm glad that this movie really showed you the corrupt rule of jewelry and being being the type of person that does that type of business, and how much like underhanded shit they have to do, how much of the stuff is inflated. One of the things that me and Roxy talked about in the movie was how the opal kept changing.
Oh, did it? Like I didn't really notice that at all. But I mean, like in what sense?
Babe, you described it because you saw it more than I did.
Basically just in the shape of the rock and how he was like holding it and then seeing like the different placements of the opals. Like before in the beginning you'd see it like right there front and center. And then throughout the movie it felt like it kept changing like different sides, and obviously it's gonna look different if you hold it from different angles, but the way the rock around it was chiseled, they changed shape, and of course the gems changed like area or whatever you call it.
When
and then how
they made it look really fantastical. I mean, like I understand, like like oh man, like there's something about this make me blah blah blah, but it's like within the story or the movie story or whatever, it's like I guess what they've given us, I can only assume that there is something magical about it, which adds a layer of like the fuck.
Well, that's what the whole movie is actually doing. It's showing that it's not magic.
The best example that I can think of is like when he's holding it, he's like, I'm gonna come. It looked chunkier. It looked heavier, like there in the picture, but then when you put it up on display, it looks like a crooked dick dildo.
Yeah.
When they're doing an auction.
Well, not that, like, one thing that I like about the movie is it shows that, like, with Kevin Garnett character, I keep fucking his last name.
Just say KG.
KG's character, basically, is one of the things that I like is it's all fake. All throughout this whole thing, the movie is showing you how fake the value is of all these things. Because at one point, he's straight talking to the auctioneer saying, fuck that, I'll get 6 different appraisers. They'll say it's worth $1 million and you can suck my fucking dick. And that's essentially what a lot of jewelry fucking economics is. It's based on how much value it has and how much appreciation it has to a certain extent. But a lot of it's inflated. For example, if you catch when he let Cameron Durant hold it, Roxy, I pointed out to Roxy that what he was doing when he landed out to Kevin KG was he wanted all the Instagram photos. He wanted all the tags. So once the celebrity is attached to someone that's famous, the value goes up because now it's been held by celebrities. It's been used by celebrities. It's become now a staple for people that want like high culture value items. And throughout the film, it's that whole time he's just basically doing that down to the auction where they faked the auctioneer.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing that comes with anything, even drugs. Because like, I'm not gonna talk shit about jewelers and then think like, oh, like the $300 I spent on a video game console, like, hey, it went right directly to the making of this thing. It's like, no, like they
well, yeah, I could argue with that because with drugs, you have production. The biggest thing I give you right now is California. Weed is dirt cheap now, And that's because there's so much of it in abundance. Whereas with the diamond companies and a lot of these jewelries, they are artificially inflating the market. It's not something like, hey, man, I'm taxing you $5 on this bag because I had to walk over to your house. They are inflating it to such a large degree that at the end, he almost made double his money off of what actual labor those Ethiopian farmers put into it. Because they charged him $100,000 to go risk their lives and dig that shit out for him. But he doubled his money with all the fuckery and shit he did. And then he continued to try to triple his money by gambling, which, oh Lord, I love how that caught up to him.
Yeah, man, the gambling was like stupid. And it was like, here's the thing, man. I not like to say I feel sorry for gamblers or anything, but it's like I've known people that actually have been addicted to gambling. When I see this guy go through all the fucking motions of just being an addict to this particular lifestyle, it just drove me fucking crazy. And every time I got a chance, I'm like, oh, he won. He's not gonna have to do it anymore. He fucks up again. And it's like, I don't know whether that's irritating me or it's just breaking my fucking heart because I really wanted Adam Sandler to, like, you know.
There was one scene earlier where basically, like, yeah, you think he actually wins, but then someone else fucks it up for him, and it's just like, gonna have to go through all this shit again.
Yeah, no matter what, man. And it's like,
but even at the end of the day, it's still his fault because he knows the dude's making bets with his money. If you have connections to like loan sharks and people like that, and you're cool with them, why wouldn't you stop the bet? That's supposed to be your money.
Yeah.
True, but the thing is, throughout most of this, it's just like he was right on most of his bets. So yeah, he's still the bad guy, but then at the same time, then someone else fucks it up for him, or like he basically like does something and fucks it up. It's just like, it's just so frustrating.
There's a scene in here that I want to bring up as far as the nervousness of everything. They won't get off of it. I know people are like, man, this shit's old. But the thing is there's this fucking scene that was probably some of the best directing I've seen in like fucking 20 years. And I don't like to talk about like cinephile shit, like, you know, the shots or whatever.
It fucking made me come.
But you gotta think about like what went into this. So there's a part where Kevin Garnett and two security guards are coming in, right? And before we even get to that part where they're like stuck in this fucking area, like, you know, Adam Sandler's going through a bunch. You know, he had a fucking bunch happening the day before, blah, blah, blah. He goes in there, like, Keith Stanfield, there's a bunch of storylines with him, too. We already know that Adam Sandler has, like, sold this fucking ring or pawned it, whatever. And they're stuck in this room that the door won't let them in. And if you look around, it's all one shot. The camera's turning around in a circle. It's a full fucking circle just going through everything. Everyone's just, like, chaotically like, hey, man, can you get a wrench to open this fucking thing? Hey, can you do that? Dude, can you please hurry up? Come over here, please. Come over here. You know, like, everyone's talking at the same time. And I'm like pulling my hair out, like, dude, like, shut the fuck up, like, just, and all these people are just losing their fucking mind in this room. And I gotta tell you, dude, like, if you watch that scene, I've never been more nervous, and even in a horror movie than I was right there, because like you don't know if Kevin Garnett's gonna get pissed off and start breaking shit, or guarantee, or, you know, like, forcing to give him his fucking money or whatever. You don't know if security guards are gonna lose their mind. They're actually talking about how they're claustrophobic, they're stuck in this claustrophobic space, fucking. There's just all this shit going on. Moments like that, was it like too nervousness for you guys? Like, Rox, I'll ask you first. Like, was it a little too nerve-wracking?
No, it's actually what I deal with on a daily basis. Why do you think, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but whenever I'm calm, I tend to just get kind of quiet sometimes. You just see, like, my brow furrowed. It's because I'm trying to, like, listen throughout all the chatter. I'm trying to focus solely on like one person, and then I jump into another person. That way I fully understand what's going on. And then it's like, okay, let's get to work, break. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So a part of that just comes from me on a personal basis from the places that I've worked at before.
Mm-hmm.
It still stresses you the fuck out, but instead of you wanting to scream and pull your hair out, you do that internally.
Yeah.
And it gets the part where you finally get a chance to like breathe. You turn into me how I am like right now. Like, I am sweaty. My titty got some sweat. My hands are sweaty. I am warm as shit. And I'm on edge.
Yeah, it's fucking, like I said, I mean, like, for me, I guess I am used to some stress, but nothing on that level, nothing that's like, you know, a bunch of physical people going around. But my main thing here, too, is it's like, I know that this story has to continue to get worse. I know that something has to happen to make us move forward towards the end of the movie, that obviously something even worse is probably going to happen. So while that's happening, I'm like, oh my god, like, is Keith Stanfield gonna leave with the fucking opal or whatever, or like, are they gonna fucking get mad because the rain's gone? Like, there's so many things going on all at once, to the point where I'm like, I don't understand if these things are like there's like storyline points and questions I have that we don't even get a chance to like figure out by the end of the movie because there's so much shit going on and we only got an hour and a half. It's just fucking, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, and I know that Shining Kenshin, he's saying that he hates the movie. And about the chat tag, dude, what we do is like, the reason why we call it the chat tag is that, most of you guys' comments here, like, I know you guys are just like shooting the shit, but if you say something like that, I really want you guys to kind of be part of the show. So like, tell me, man, like, why do you hate it? Because I don't think anybody here even dislikes it. I fucking love that movie. I think it's one of the best movies I've seen in the last fucking 10 years. Like, it's my number 2 of the last 10 years, easily. But Ganja, like, did it make you a little too nervous? Like, did it make your stomach hurt or anything?
I just wanted to do the stop at some point.
Oh yeah.
Because at multiple points throughout the film, this dude could have stopped, and he could have probably made things a little bit better, or at least have slowed down his life anymore. But I do like the fact the movie gives you anxiety, gives you that nervousness, because that's what he's experienced. That's part of the high of what his business in the industry that he's taking part in. He likes to rush around. I don't know if you noticed, but the only time there's some slow parts in the movie is when he's
continue
depressed.
on. Corey's calling me. I'll be right back.
But that's one of the biggest thing that points out to me is when he's depressed is like the moments slow down. He's sad. He's actually contemplating his life. But as soon as he goes right back into the jewelry stuff or the gambling stuff, he's right back to that speed. I'm glad that they had cocaine in the film because I feel like as much as the character is not a drug user, he is experiencing the same fucking quick high that the cocaine use was with the weekend. There's a lot of stuff in the film that I really do like that I think either unintentionally or unintentionally they were able to make callbacks to and show examples of how this fast, very like hedonistic capitalist lifestyle will just catch up to you eventually. Especially when you get so selfish to the end that it was all a game at the end. Yeah. That's literally it ends on a game note.
So, what I'll say, because, I didn't even think we were going to be doing this. Oh, shit, and E-Mike's saying, so, Nick, your thoughts on WWE stealing from all elite wrestling, using wrestlers fans.
Yeah, you need to bring the wrestling podcast back, because they're going to find out very soon that Ganja does not like wrestling all that much.
Yeah, no, but, I mean, I understand why. I mean, like, the biggest thing for me, I think it's kind of cool that they did, I think they did a better job than AEW, so that's cool, because the wrestlers that they use on AEW are wrestlers that we already know and everything, so it kind of makes it a little silly. But, yeah, dude, like, WWE Raw was really cool. I like the usage of them. But I don't know.
I don't disagree with Shining Ken because I can see how the pace in this movie fucks with people. It's no different when people are like, "Yo, man, I saw Cloverfield in theaters and I got sick." It's supposed to. That's the effect of the movie. And for some, it's like a ride. If you don't like the effect of the ride, I get why you don't like it. I'm not gonna force you to say it's the best thing ever. Now, hurt your stomach.
Yeah, but really quick though. So I mean, at the very end of the movie, obviously, it happened.
I got so happy when he got popped.
See, I feel like you're just being a crazy edgelord person. Like, it had
to. This is one thing me and Roxy talked about because one of our things is we have a lot of connections to people through growing up in the neighborhoods we did, or the different family connections. Is I know a lot of people that do this kind of stuff growing up, and the whole time he's just pushing the limits. And just he's a gambler. This is all a gambling fucking movie. He's pushing how far he can get these guys to let him slide. That he still gets what he wants, and they get what he wants, and he fucking wins no matter what. So when he finally got to the point that this guy literally said, "Fuck it, I'm not part of this game. I don't have the patience for this shit," and pops him and his boss. It's very similar to what happens out there in the real lifestyle. Is these smaller guys, when they take over the bigger guys, is usually because the bigger guy got soft, which what happened with the character because he was related to Adam Sandler. You could tell he was letting him slide with so much fucking things that anyone else that was probably lower than Adam Sandler as far as concerned would have been popped way early on. So when the fucking when the fucking grunt said, "Fuck it, I'm done with all y'all bullshit," it made the most sense to me because it would have been too movie for me. If he would have just they would have celebrated in the room, the money would have been given out. Because those guys, at the end of the day, they don't really care about the money after a certain point. One of the biggest things that he did was he took the guy's underwear. That has no value. This movie's all about things with value. That was about power. The movie's underlying basis is power too. And with the guy having the gun and basically saying, "Fuck it, I'm taking my shit and I'm done with this," it showed that eventually you're just gonna be done with the shit.
Yeah, I get you there. What you feel about the ending, Roxy?
Well, it's what I expected. Basically everything that Garrett said. But the biggest thing that I like to think about when it comes to the ending was, I don't know if you caught that, and I'm pretty sure you caught that because y'all are smart, how when they zoomed in on his gunshot wound, it was basically referencing the red opal, about how the red opals isn't worth shit.
Mm-hmm. And you feel like what is another symbol of something, or this is meant to happen, or...
Not to mention it was happening that he ain't shit.
Yeah, it's just basically saying yeah, dude ain't shit. But they did kind of to my me personally, they were jacking off mad fucking hard with that cinematography. I get it.
Yeah.
He's the red opal because remember in the movie he said red opals ain't worth shit and he ain't worth shit. So we're just gonna zoom in on his fucking booty hole and turn the blood and whatever he got going on his face into an opal because you get it. Cinematography. But it's basically what I expected, and I actually let me just put it this way: it's what I expected going on in the real world. It's for sure definitely happened.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that they didn't cheapen out on the ending. Because if y'all would have done just a plain like, oh my god, yay, we're gonna go on vacation. I'm like, she's gonna suck my dick at a fucking Four Seasons. Yeah. This movie would have lost all my fucking respect. Like you built up all that shit, all that tension, my blood pressure for one, to give me that bullshit ass ending.
My
I'm
whole thing, though,
soft.
that shit fucking upset me. I'm gonna be honest, that shit stuck with me. I don't know if it's still sticking with you guys since you guys just saw it, but like, it really, really like fucked up my mood, bro.
What stuck with
I
me
didn't-
was the ripple effect because even though the guy does, he does deserve what he did. You guys need to realize that it's not just that guy that's affected. There's a ripple effect when it comes to that. What about his family? What about all the people that knew him? All the people that knew the girl? All the people that knew the boss that was shot? This is going to affect everybody. And I'm still thinking about it. Like, do you think that girl's gonna run off with the money? Do you think she's gonna be killed and the fucking muscle dude is just gonna shoot her right on the spot? Maybe she's gonna suck his dick. I don't know. It's all out in the open.
I personally think the muscle dude's just done. He robbed the jewelry store and was done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Really quick, got some more bites or bits, whatever the fuck it's called. Thank you very much for that, dude. But you might saying, why did Mortal Kombat 11 change Sindele's character? Because in the original Mortal Kombat game, she was a caring mother, and now she's power hungry. I don't think that was the case. Though. I don't think she was very mothery. Just to put that out there, because of the fact that she's pretty much undead, and Shao Kahn just completely fucking
I'm
messed
gonna
her.
start assuming that EMIC 93 is you.
No.
Yeah.
His name's by the way, how do you say Emic? Like I've been calling this dude Emic for fucking months.
It's your older brother, don't lie.
Yeah, it's your older brother.
No, it's
Like,
actually Julian Green. I
because like, man, he really doesn't give a fuck about anybody else but you. Like, hey, Nick, when you start your own shows again, man, like, you got a fan. You got a fan.
Yeah, no shit, right? Hopefully,
He'll suck your dick. He'll suck your dick, definitely.
Emic,
For sure.
will you suck my dick?
Fandom Saint, man. Hey, man, I've been watching your YouTube video, man. Good job on getting those views up and the subscribers, man. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man. No, it's really cool that Phantom Desane still stuck with everything. And by the way, nice to see you around here again too. Like I saw him on another stream recently with us, and I was like, oh my god, there's Phantom Desane. But I didn't want to like nerd out in the fucking on the show. But yeah, dude. Like I said though, with Uncut Gems, I think it's one of the best fucking movies I've ever seen. And I don't know if like when you say things like, oh, he got what he deserved, blah blah blah. Does that make you not really give a shit about like him dying or whatever? Like, was it still effective as far as like overall a movie? Like, did you like will this be on your top 5 things you've seen recently?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, how about you, Rox?
I just said yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the like raccoons from Animal Crossing, the little ones?
You mean Tanukis? Oh, Tommy and Timmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But here's the thing, though, guys. I know Double Toast is on right now, so we're gonna kind of move on a little bit. There's one thing I want to bring up to, I made a fucking thumbnail about it and everything. But apparently, by the way, this is where, like, you know how Emic's been changing the conversation so crazy and rapidly. I'm really gonna fuck this all up with what I'm about to bring up. Call of Duty is gonna be a PlayStation Plus game for June 2020. God damn it, I'm really fucking hyped about this. The thing is, one thing I really want to bring up about this though is the fact that like kind of crazy that they just skipped a fucking game and put this as for free. Like they should have been Black Ops 4 or something like that. But my main thing here is, yeah, they're adding another game to every single month when they put out a free game like this. Do you think that this is going to get a lot of people playing Call of Duty again? Do you think this is actually a good choice for it? Because people were upset last month for City Skylines and Farm Simulator. People were pissed as fuck about Farm Simulator. So yeah,
The
man.
fact that you even say that sentence with a straight face, I am amazed.
Yeah, well, not like. I mean, I'm
People
not
were
really
pissed
that
they didn't get a good farm simulator. I never thought that I would hear that in my goddamn life, dog.
Wait, no, that's not what I said. No, because not like having a good Farm Simulator. Like they're mad because it was even on there. Like they're just like, dude.
Okay, all right. I thought
freaking-
you implying that it was good. I was like, why are they upset by that?
No. But I don't know, Jen. I'm gonna ask you really quick. Like, what do you feel about City Skyline and Farm Simulator even being available for free games as PS Plus?
Farming Simulator. I already play Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon. I need to play that.
Exactly.
Not Harvest Moon,
Not
but
farming enough, Jet.
Because people were upset, man. And I feel like the Call of Duty thing, I don't know if that's really going to make people think any differently about this. Because this game coming out, I'm just kind of like, dude, who gave a fuck about farming? That's what it's called, Farming Simulator. My bad. But
see, this game usually, I see this game a lot. It's usually cheap as fuck, and this is the game they're giving. And Call of Duty, like that's it.
yeah, that's a strange. Well, this came out with City Skyline, which I fucking love. City Skyline. It's just kind of confusing to me.
Like PlayStation has so many games. They have literally so many games, yet they keep giving out like this trash that they know people aren't gonna play.
Yeah, and I think that the same thing with this. I don't know if people are actually happy about this, but I mean, Jed, you know that this is probably some bullshit. Like, take away our hatred for Call of Duty, or anyone's kind of like, it's overly hyped, blah blah
I don't
blah.
have any hatred for Call of Duty. It's just like, didn't we already get a game like this a couple months ago?
Well, we got Modern Warfare, and basically with that, I mean the Black Ops, or not Black Ops, the fucking Battle Royale. That shit's free. Like, it's free all the time. So why would we give a shit about playing the game that's 2 years
So
old?
many other games they could give us for free, but yet they keep giving the same types of fucking games.
So if you had to choose, what games would you, if you were like part of the PlayStation fucking, I don't know, like whatever the business terminology is, what do you think is a good couple of games to give out for a month for free?
Honestly, probably some of the anime games out. Not for the reason you guys are thinking, but because those rarely go down in price.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it'd be a
Tales
change
of Vesperia?
to actually like get those for free.
Would Tales of Vesperia be? Because I don't know what the fuck. I don't know anything about these kind of
Well,
things.
that's basically like $30 or so. That actually, yeah, if they did, that'd be good. Because this is actually a really popular game. That's actually like 12 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
They actually could give that out for free.
Because it still looks nice, and at the same time too, it's like I would imagine that this would have people kind of like, hey, I've been playing this all month, and I've been fucking streaming it, and blah blah blah. I think it would make a lot of sense. Also too, and someone else beat them to the punch. I forgot who did. No, it was Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. He beat them to the punch, but they should have put No Man's Sky for free. That would be really smart. And apparently, next month Xbox Game Pass is gonna do it. But No Man's Sky, this has gotten a lot better reviews recently because they actually, after so many years being out, they finally actually went in there and made this game
Now that
worth
they
the
can
30
keep
bucks.
that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, imagine like losing all your time playing this fucking thing during the pandemic and everything. I feel like this would be a good game to just kind of get lost in. I don't know. Anything like this.
I don't forgive like that.
But yeah, Game Boy SP saying Tales of Berseria and Excelia are on my game library. Oh, okay, cool. Fandy saying Talon's Call of Duty World War 2 just for the campaign. No, that said no one, by the way, dude. Fuck that. No one's saying that shit. Another game I will say that would probably be really smart. PlayStation can't do this because it's not on here. But dude, I think Cuphead might be one of the better games to release for free, just because of the fact that no one's buying this in bulk right now. There's not a lot of people playing this game, and I feel like, Cuphead, this is such a streamable game. People that are actually starting streams and whatnot should actually remake this popular.
For Xbox?
Yeah, for Xbox. I think that the
I'm pretty
Xbox
sure,
Game
like,
Gold.
it's really like Cuphead was one of like the few Xbox like exclusive games that came out that's really popular. Like if you own an Xbox and you don't have Cuphead at this time, like I don't know if you're getting anything.
Or Switch, because it's on Switch now. It's like, why not get this on Switch and have this be a free game for Switch? Like, I think people, if you make this free for a month on any of those particular consoles, I think that after the fucking month is over, everyone's gonna be like, dude, like, I found all these new streamers playing Cuphead. It's fucking kind of like a little renaissance again. Everyone's playing the fuck out of it, and I guarantee you this will be huge again. And maybe it'll help them out, and make them, come out with that fucking DLC they've been waiting forever with. And then that new show's coming out on Netflix with Cuphead. It's like, dude, like, this is the time to give us fucking Cuphead. It's been 3 years since this came out. I think it was September of 2017. I think it's time to just let us just fucking play the game for free. But yeah,
You just want it for free because you hate the game.
I have the shit. I don't need the fucking game. I just think that like streamers.
You just know if it's free, less people buy it.
Well, that too. Yeah, I just want their business to fucking crumble, man.
Why do you hate hand-drawn animation?
I don't hate hand-drawn animation. I just hate that.
Why do you hate artists?
That game is so terrible. I'm sorry to say it, but it just fucking is. And if they came out with DLC that can actually play with some of my friends and have a fucking thing about it, a little party, then that's different. But like for now, fuck no. Like they do
Well,
not
then invite people to
understand.
your house and play. God.
Damn, because I got no friends. I
That's
have
you.
nobody. But yeah, I don't know. But that's how I feel about the whole Call of Duty thing being on PlayStation Plus. I mean, it's a good game, but it's just like at this point, it's a fucking another bad thing they're doing for June. I think that's not the right time to fuck up like that because people will stop paying that fucking yearly service and it will be bad for good old Sony. But we're moving on from this. I want to bring this up to Roxy. I actually said to Ganja 2 days ago, I'm like, I'm gonna say this for Roxy. And obviously Jet, you two I think are the most knowledgeable in this room as far as Pokemon goes. And I read an article. The Pokemon anime writer, the original one, I think his name is Shudo. I forgot his name. Actually, it should be down here. Where is the fucking name? Takeshi Shudo. That's his name. But he was discussing that he had this whole entire universe kind of planned out with Team Rocket and Ash, where they were always going to age every single year. They were going to continuously get older, and then eventually they were going to get out of the Pokemon world. Like they were supposed to, by season 3, season 4, something like that, they were going to like grow up from this shit and work together or just kind of get over it together. And he just went on a rant.
Digimon?
See, I don't know much about Digimon, but is that what happened? Did the character get
Yeah,
out?
the characters get older in Digimon.
Really? Okay, I did not know about that shit. Which is cool. That's a cool idea, and I feel like that adds something to just being able to stay with it for so long, so many years. But this dude, I mean, I disagree with this on a business point because Shudo just came out here and said, yeah, I did not like what they did with Ash. I did not like what they did with the Pokemon that Ash does. I don't like that. Literally, this fucking show will start trending just because Ash caught new Pokemon. And he just kind of talks shit about the entire series. Now, my whole thing that I want to bring up to this particular show is not only do you agree or disagree with him, but if you had to write for Ash, what would you have done? Would Pikachu be his first Pokemon? Like, how would you write him? But Roxy, what do you feel about everything that he said? Like, do you think it's kind of shitty for him to talk crap about the show? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to catch my breath.
Yeah, me and her just found out some really funny shit that we'll tell you after the show. But
Okay.
It's
Woo!
fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
We're basically with a Pokemon.
Pokemon!
Okay, so we're basically.
Well,
I can talk first if you need some time to breathe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give Muttley a second.
all right, go ahead. Like, what do you feel about Shudo and all his shit talking at the Pokemon series?
Hell, I honestly would have changed a lot too. I definitely would have made Ash older, and like some of the choices he makes later in the anime, you honestly like having a team full of mostly fucking birds and shit, like that was horrible.
I thought you were gonna say fuck boys.
No, like he basically had a team of like flying types and shit in the anime. It's just like, oh my god, no wonder you keep fucking losing stuff.
Alan would love this new iteration.
Oh, shut the fuck.
And then
Yeah.
you could definitely see the fall in quality during the third season. Well, basically Ruby and Sapphire when they started adding like the fucking contest and shit. And like it would have been interesting to see like a conflict with the Pokemon stuff like that, like how they had with the first Mewtwo movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know much about the Ruby and Sapphire generation, but I do know that like those movies got ridiculous even in the first one.
They added fucking contest and shit, and that shit was so fucking boring. And then they basically in the fourth generation, like one of the female, like the main female character, all she did was fucking contest, and it was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember any of this shit. Like, and that's the thing, because this trailer, by the
And
way,
they also made Ash way too nice too. Like he barely ever argues with people like he did in the earlier seasons. It's always like really like extreme friendship and blah blah blah. He releases some of his strongest fucking Pokemon. It's irritating.
Yeah. Oh god, and like a lot of the whole like I mean, you brought this up to my attention. I forgot about this too. But when he was having the Indio Plateau Elite Four fight or whatever, he used like fire against water and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, everyone who's played the video games or knows anything, like anyone who has access to a fucking Pokedex, and they did sell those a lot back in the day, you would just look at Ash and be like, dude, you're like the worst trainer ever.
I got one of those, and I was like, man, I could beat Ash's ass.
Yeah, seriously, he's fucking stupid.
He put a lightning type next to a rock type, and we all thought we could do that in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he made so many bad decisions. It made people look at Charizard and not think he's the greatest ever.
Our old co-host for the Chat Tech Untitled Video Game Show, and then for the Untitled Wrestling Show, I'm gonna call it that for no fucking reason. Trey Cooper, he told me that he thought the game was just like the anime, so he thought he had to train Pikachu to get to the level to actually beat Onyx. You know, this motherfucker got Pikachu almost to the level of Raichu before he actually got past that level. You know how many Pidgeys and Caterpies that motherfucker had to do?
Oh yeah, fuck that.
How
many Pikachu still listen to him?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's like almost impossible. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the thing is, he'll listen to you. It's just like every so often, like it's really hard to basically like if your Pokemon's way above your fucking level, every couple moves will actually listen to you and actually land an attack. Otherwise, they'll just be like, I don't gotta listen to your weak punk ass, like Charizard in the show.
Bitch, I don't know you.
Yeah, dude. No, like, yeah, that's crazy that Trey thought that. But, yeah, dude. I mean, and by the way, too, Game Boy saying he covered a $50 Lapras pool float that is a few hours back. And what the fuck? Okay, I don't know anything about that. Never mind. I'm stupid. Sometimes I just read things and I don't see if it goes to what we're saying. But yeah, I mean,
so were you like in the pool with like a Lapras, or did you just blow him up in your room? I was like, hey, got this fucking blow up.
I called him a Lapras. I'm so
to be honest, I saw a pool and my mind is still on Uncut Gems. So I'm thinking he's betting like $50 on a Lapras.
I know, right? He's like, oh, come on.
I'm gonna come.
That's what
Trust me, man. I'll get the 50 here, and the fucking Pikachu make 100. I'll pay you back 150 out of my own pocket, man. I'm good for it. You know me, dog.
When you make a bet, please don't tell the tellers that you're gonna come.
Yeah, and also too, like if you're making fun of a white Jewish guy, don't do the black voice. I got you, player.
I mean, would you rather me do the Jewish? I mean, I could do the Jewish voice, but then I'm just gonna be accused of being anti-Semitic. So I'm just gonna be like, have fun with it and do the black voice for the Jewish guy. I'll do Mexican for the Asian character next. All right, how about that?
You know your girl's gonna beat your ass.
I know. With chopsticks and a chancla.
That's also racist. But the thing is,
I'll beat your ass with the back of my hand.
That too.
Roxy, what do you think you would have done with the Ash character, by the way? And do you agree with most of what Shudo said about how this show kind of meanders around the same point, and et cetera, et cetera?
When it comes to just regurgitating Pokemon over and over again, just with different kinds of Pokemons every couple years or so, I understand, like, from a marketing standpoint, like how you mentioned, that's what you want. You want to keep this shit going. People like this shit. Don't fuck with it. Just keep it going. So from a marketing standpoint, I can understand that. But from a personal standpoint and from a fan standpoint, I don't agree with it personally. And we've seen that happen similarly to SpongeBob. The original creator of SpongeBob, Stephen Hillenburg, he originally said himself, like, when I die, like, that's it. Don't make any more spin-offs, no more movies, no nothing. Just keep it the way I kept it, and that's my dying wish. Please, Nickelodeon, listen to it. And obviously, from the new movie that's coming out, you can say that they basically shat on his corpse, teabagged his fucking skull, and basically said, no, fuck you, we're making a fuck ton of money on this.
Yeah.
So, I would rather they just stick with the material, because to build on top of Ash as a character, I would have liked to see him go through growing pains, like him going through, like, okay, maybe I'm in the Pokemon leagues now, but I'm getting older, so I'm interested in girls. Maybe this one girl, like, she's kind of cool, so I want to date her, but I struggle with Pokemon, and I want to get my noodle wet. So you could build on top of that and have him, like, possibly have a family, go through family problems, rethink possibly back on his life as, like, okay, well, I wanted to be a Pokemon master when I was little. Maybe I've been out of the game for a minute, so I'm going to go back to it. It just allows for more time for the character to progress and to grow as a person, and I personally am all for that.
Yeah.
And you would just add more substance to it, because I'll admit, I love Pokemon, I enjoy Pokemon, but I can admit that there's flaws in there, and doing the same thing over and over again, it's getting a little stale.
It's, yeah, extremely stale. And the biggest thing about this, too, I'm just thinking, like, why does it always have to be Pikachu? It's like, you know, they released this and it was popular, and then they're like, hey, it's not popular just because it's new. It's popular because that fucking mouse. And it's like, dude, it's never popular about that mouse. And Jet's going to like this. I have to finally admit it. But it's like it wasn't popular because of Charizard either. Why in Pokemon Sword and Shield you said Blastoise and Venusaur are shitty, but we're gonna keep Charizard? Either keep them all or get rid of them.
That was your fault. That is your fault for hyping up Charizard all these fucking years.
And like Jet mentioned, Digimon's doing this too. Like they're actually aging them. They're showing them what they look like older, and then kind of what's going on with them now. They're not the same age anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, man, there's a lot of things that need to be changed. I mean, honestly, I know it would suck, and people might be a little bit mad if they do a Pokemon generation that doesn't have a Pikachu or doesn't have it at the forefront. But it's time to stop, man. It's been 23 plus fucking years. Like, just move on from the Pikachu. You know what I mean? And
from my Pikachu.
And if we're gonna keep them, then have them all. Like, there's people that don't like fucking Charmander and like Squirtle a lot more. Get the Squirtle. You know, like fucking. I don't know, man. Like, I'm looking at the.
They like fucking Charizard so much. They gave Charizard 2 Mega Evolutions, while fucking Venusaur and Blastoise only got 1.
Plus, too, like, they have not only Mega Evolution, but that Gigantamax shit. It's like, dude, do we really... Charizard's already one of the biggest Pokemon in the first 151.
I will say, they are giving Venusaur and Blastoise Gigantamax forms, though. It should have been at the same time Charizard was getting his, but, you know, Charizard.
Well, no, you had to have people complain first. And it's like, okay, we'll give you that, so then you feel like you have, like, a, you know... This better version of whatever the fuck you already bought. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't like the way Game Freak does these things, and maybe it's because they're being so rushed and probably like being, you know, whipped at the computer desk. Like, no, continue working, you fucking nerd. No. But at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, this, you know, Shudo is not incorrect in saying. I mean, he's the original anime writer, and he's saying this is some bullshit. I don't like what they went with it. But at the same time, it's like, dude, there's already issues with this first season. I didn't like what they did with Bug-Free.
The change that he actually wanted, after reading the article, basically having the Pokemon revolt and everything like that, and have Pikachu being like the leader of it. It just kind of like, didn't this happen in the movie? Like, so would this be before or after the movie?
Yeah, you know, you're right. I remember a thing happening like that, but at the same time, I don't think they went full force the way he would want to. And I think that's why he's upset. And I don't know if this is him like being upset because they didn't do what I wanted to do. I want them to do what I want. I don't think. You know, maybe there's something else to it where it's just like, listen, it's just bad. Because at the same time, too, I mean, he'll say this particular thing. He was saying that he was criticizing that, you know, when Ash catches new Pokemon, it starts trending, and he wishes it was trending for something else. But I'm like, isn't that an example of this doing pretty good? Like, all you gotta do is catch a Pokemon, and all of a sudden it's like a big talked about thing. I think the formula is still working, despite whether we think it's good or not.
It depends on what Pokemon he catches. Because he actually caught a Dragonite, and that's actually good.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. And plus, these legendaries are just way too fucking crazy. I mean, I remember, like, there was a generation that had gods and shit, and I'm just kind of like, yeah. I mean, maybe there's context that makes it more grounded and actually easily digestible, but it's just kind of like, if I know that there's a god Pokemon, and yet you have, like, 300 other ones that are supposed to be, like, even slightly comparable, I'm just like, dude, I'm not ready to do that mental mathematic, all right? Like, just...
Yeah, Generation 4, which is all about fucking god Pokemon, the Pokemon god of time, the Pokemon god of space, the Pokemon god of everything, the Pokemon god of dreams, nightmares, the Pokemon god of like healing or sweet dreams. It was too much.
Yeah, man. But anyways, well, like I said, I mean, I agree with most of what Shudo said, but we'll just see if anyone takes any of his fucking concerns into mind and change something about the series. But we're going to get the fuck out of here, guys. Before I continue on, because I'm going to talk about Ganja and Metropolis and all that stuff, but before we do that, guys, let me know if you'd rather me play Minecraft Dungeons or Mortal Kombat Aftermath. Because
Mortal Kombat? Are you kidding me?
Mortal Kombat!
We will see. But yeah, make sure to let me know in the chat while we're doing our thing. But thank you for watching us as long as you have, all that good stuff. But you can watch Ganja for as long as you want to as well at the Metropolis. Go ahead and tell them where to find you, all that good stuff.
You can find the Metropolis over on Facebook, as well as you can find the nice little show that I'm on with the Oaks, old and great co-host, Great Birdman. Check us in as well as the
happened to your brain today?
My brain is so
oak, dog. Like, what the fuck?
I almost said Opal. I was thinking about Uncut Gems when you called on me.
I thought you were having a stroke.
I was thinking like how much that Opal would actually cost and like the process of what he was going through. I was in my own little head when you called on me, all right, bitch? But the point being is, Milwaukee Podcast on the Metropolis Network. Go check it out. Go give it a subscribe, like, share. I don't give a fuck. Just make sure to go check it out.
All right, sweet. And
Oh, on Twitter, Red Ganja Guru, that shit too.
there you go. Now with that said, guys, we're gonna get the fuck out. You guys can already hear that music. Boom, so loud. Thank you.
If it was really over $1 million, why did he clean the opal? Why was it still in rock form?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good question.
That's what I was thinking of here, like in my head this whole time while you were talking in the last 5 minutes.
I know. I talk a lot. But yeah. And JP, you know I love you, goddammit. I just never seen you in real life, man. You don't count as a real life friend if you haven't come over here and hang out with me. You need to go on one of these fucking DC trips. You son of a bitch. You understand me, JP? Do you understand me?
I'll visit
You're
you
not
one
a
day,
cop.
Yeah. I hope my mom doesn't
He's now jerking off to porn.
But I don't live in Arkansas. I'm not gonna go to Arkansas to meet you. They'd kill me over there. I'm Mexican. Don't you understand?
Arkansas.
I live in Arkansas.
Arkansas.